detailed study of the general nomenclature of tariff products based on harmonized system. Important. In view of the detailed nature of the sections of these sections and chapters, I strongly encourage you to consult the attached PDF document, to approach them in more detail, and study the exclusions and specificities of each position. Due to the time available for the video, only a summary presentation will be provided. Section 1: Live Animals and Animal Products. This section contains 5 chapters 1 to 5, namely: Chapter 1: Live Animals. Chapter 2: Meat and Edible Offal. The headings in Chapter 2 are limited to meat and offal, fresh, chilled or frozen, salted, in brine, dried or smoked. Chapter 3: Fish and crustaceans, mollusks and other aquatic invertebrates. Includes all species of live fish, whether intended for consumption, ornamentation or industrial processing. Chapter 4: Dairy milk and products, natural honey, edible products of animal origin, not elsewhere specified or included. The products of this heading may be pasteurized, sterilized, homogenized or peptonized. These products are available in liquid, pasty or solid form, in blocks, powder or granules, and even in frozen form. These products may contain added sugars or other sweeteners. They may be intended for food purposes or for technical uses. Chapter 5: Other products of animal origin not elsewhere specified or included. This chapter includes a set of materials of animal origin, which are raw, or have undergone a simple preparation, cleaning, washing, which are not intended for food, with the exception of certain animal blood, guts, bladders and stomachs, and which are not included in other chapters. Section 2: Products of the Plant Kingdom. This section contains most of the products of the plant kingdom, from living plants such as bulbs, roots, flowers and ornamental foliage, including vegetables and food plants, edible fruits, vegetable flavoring substances, coffee, tea, spices, cereals, oil, fruits, gums, resins, vegetable extracts, while reaching the braiding materials and various other products of plant origin. This section contains a single section note relating to the clarification of the terms of the expression agglomerated in pellet form, which refers to products presented in the form of cylinders, pellets, agglomerated either by simple pressure or by the addition of a binder. This section contains 5 chapters 6 to 14, namely: Chapter 6: Plants and Floricultural Products. This chapter covers living plants, plants and roots, excluding roots. The products in this chapter range from trees, shrubs, young plants, as well as flowers, leaves and other plant parts. The latter products may be presented fresh, dried, bleached, impregnated or otherwise prepared, or arranged in bouquets, baskets and similar ornamental articles. Chapter 7: Edible Vegetables, Plants, Roots and Tubers. This chapter includes vegetables of all food species, tubers or roots presented fresh, chilled or frozen, and cooked, or cooked by steaming or boiling in water, provisionally preserved or dried, dehydrated or freeze-dried. Chapter 8: Edible Fruit, Citrus fruit or melon peels. This chapter covers edible fruit presented in its raw state, or intended for feeding after preparation. These products can be whole, sliced, cut, pitted, crushed, grated, or peeled. These products can be fresh, frozen or dried, dehydrated, evaporated or lyophilized. Chapter 9: Coffee, Tea, Mate, and Spices. This chapter covers, on the one hand, coffee, tea and mate, and, on the other hand, spices, which are products of vegetable origin, rich in essential oils and aromatic principles. The products in this chapter may be whole, crushed or sprayed. The classification of mixtures of spices is governed by Note 1 to this chapter, which states that Mixtures between them of products of numbers 9.04 to 9.10 are to be classified as follows. A. Mixtures of products of the same heading with each other shall remain classified under that heading. B. Mixtures of products of different headings with each other are classified under number 9.10. Chapter 10 Cereals. This chapter includes cereal seeds in bulk, whether or not in sheaves, on the cob, or on stalks, including seeds, intended for both feeding and sowing. Cereal grains cut before maturity, and still having their skin on, are assimilated to ordinary grains. Cereals, even if unfit for consumption or animal feed, shall remain classified in this chapter. Chapter 11 Products of the Milling Industry, Malt, Starches. This chapter covers products derived from the milling of cereal grains of Chapter 10, such as cereal grains, flour, semolina, powder, granules and pellets. For the distinction between cereal flours, groats and meal, Note 2b to this chapter specifies that products of the species, whose passage rate through a wire mesh screen with a specific mesh opening is to be classified as flours. Chapter 12 Oilseeds and oleaginous fruits, miscellaneous seeds and fruits, industrial or medicinal plants, straw and fodder. As its wording briefly indicates, this chapter includes 4 groups of important products of the plant kingdom. The first group consists of oilseeds and oleaginous fruits, intended for the extraction of edible or industrial oils or fats. These products are presented whole, crushed, shelled or peeled. The second group includes flours of oilseeds and oleaginous fruits obtained by grinding the products of heading number 12.01 to 12.07. Chapter 13 Gums, Resins and other vegetable juices and extracts. This chapter includes in its first heading number 13.01 vegetable secretions such as gums, resins, oleoresins, balms. And in its second heading 13.02, includes vegetable juices and extracts, which are vegetable products obtained either by spontaneous exudation or by incision, or by exhaustion by means of solvent. Chapter 14 Braiding materials and other products of vegetable origin, not elsewhere specified or included. This chapter covers 3 main categories of materials of plant origin, namely, A. Vegetable materials used mainly in the basketry, esparto, brushing and upholstery industries, bamboos, rattans, kapok, etc. B. Grains, seeds, hulls and walnuts for pruning, for the manufacture of buttons and tableware. See other products of plant origin, not elsewhere specified or included. Section 3 Animal or vegetable fats and oils, products of their dissociation, processed edible fats, animal or vegetable waxes. This section contains only one chapter 15, namely, Chapter 15 Animal or vegetable fats and oils, their cleavage products, prepared edible fats, animal or vegetable waxes. This chapter contains 21 positions that cover 1. Fats and oils of animal or vegetable origin, raw, purified or refined. 2. Certain products derived from fats or oils such as crude glycerol. 3. Processed edible fats and oils such as margarine. 4. Waxes of animal or vegetable origin. 5. Residues resulting from the treatment of fatty substances or animal or vegetable waxes. Fats can be concrete or fluid. They are lighter than water. They are insoluble in water, soluble in sulfuric ether, carbon sulfate, petrol, etc. Section 4 Products of the food, beverage, alcoholic liquids and vinegars, tobacco and manufactured tobacco substitutes industries. This section contains 9 chapters 16 to 24, namely, Chapter 16 Preparations of meat, fish or crustaceans, mollusks or other aquatic invertebrates. This chapter includes food preparations obtained by processing meat, offal, blood, fish, crustaceans and other aquatic invertebrates. These products must have undergone further processing than those provided for in chapters 2 and 3 or 5, and are presented in the form of sausages or similar products, whether or not raw. Heading 16.01.00. Cooked, grilled, fried or roasted. Prepared, in the form of extracts, juices, breaded or seasoned. Chapter 17. Sugars and Sweets. This chapter includes sugars, sucrose, lactose, maltose, glucose, fructose, etc. Syrups, honey substitutes and molasses. Solid sugar and molasses may be flavored or colored. Chapter 18. Cocoa and its preparations. This chapter covers cocoa, which is the seed of the cocoa tree, in all its forms. In beans or broken beans, as well as film, shells and waste. In paste even degreased. In butter, fat and oil. In powder form without the addition of sugar or sweeteners. Excluded from this chapter are white chocolate, which is a product composed of cocoa butter, sugar and milk powder. Biscuits and pastry, bakery products, covered with chocolate. Puffed or roasted cereals containing at least 6% by weight of cocoa. Bakery, pastry, biscuit and other bakery products with added cocoa. Beverages and alcoholic liquids containing cocoa. Chapter 19. Preparations based on cereals, flour, starches, starch or milk, pastry. This chapter includes food preparations obtained directly from cereals of Chapter 10. Food preparations obtained from products of Chapter 11. Food preparations obtained from flours, semolina or powders of vegetable origin. Food preparations obtained from dairy products. Pastry and biscuit products. Chapter 20. Preparations of vegetables, fruit or other parts of plants. This chapter includes vegetables, fruit and edible parts of plants, preserved by vinegar or acetic acid. Vegetables, fruits, candied sugar. Jams, jellies, marmalades and purees obtained by cooking. Fruit or vegetable juices, not fermented or containing added alcohol. Fruits preserved by osmotic dehydration. The products in this chapter may be presented whole, in pieces, crushed or homogenized, preserved, or in the form of juice. Chapter 21. Miscellaneous food preparations. As its wording indicates, this chapter includes various food preparations, which are extracts, essences and concentrates and preparations based on these extracts, and especially those that are not covered in other chapters. Chapter 22. Beverages, alcoholic liquids and vinegars. This chapter includes a series of food products and preparations distinct from those referred to in the previous chapters. They can be divided into 4 main categories, namely, A. Water, other non-alcoholic beverages and ice, B. Fermented alcoholic beverages, beer, wine, cider, perry, etc. C. Distilled alcoholic beverages, brandy, liqueurs, etc. And ethyl alcohol, D. Edible vinegars and substitutes for edible vinegars. Chapter 23. Residues and waste from the food industries, prepared animal feed. This chapter includes residues and waste from the treatment of plant materials used by the food industries, certain waste products of animal origin also used in animal feed. Chapter 24. Tobacco and manufactured tobacco substitutes. This chapter includes raw tobacco, manufactured tobacco, cigars, cigarettes, etc., and tobacco substitutes. Tobacco comes from various cultivated varieties of plants of the nicotine genus, the Solanaceae family. Tobacco is fermented naturally or by artificial drying. In some cases, this fermentation is replaced, or accompanied by the addition of flavoring or wetting products to tobacco, to improve its preservation and aroma. Section 5. Mineral products. The products in this section can be presented in its raw state, processed, or having undergone working within the limits of specified indications. Section 5 is subdivided into 3 chapters, which include mineral products of various kinds, namely, Chapter 25, which includes salt, sulfur, earth and stone, plaster, lime and cement. However, other headings, example Chapter 28, Chapter 68, apply to ores and products of this chapter, which have undergone more advanced working, such as purification by crystallization, transformation into articles by size, sculpture, etc., and mixtures of products of the same or different headings. Chapter 26, which includes ores, slag and ashes. This chapter includes ores, which are metallic compounds, associated with the substances in the middle of which they originated in nature and with which they are extracted from the mine. In general, ores are only traded after metallurgical treatments have been carried out for the purpose of concentrating the ore and thus partially or totally eliminating foreign substances. Chapter 27, which includes mineral fuels, mineral oils and products of their distillation, bituminous substances, mineral waxes. This chapter includes coal and other natural mineral fuels, petroleum oils or oils obtained from bituminous minerals, the products resulting from the distillation of these materials, mineral waxes, natural bituminous substances, and electrical energy, which falls within position number 27.16.00.00.00.00. Section 6, products of the chemical or related industries. Section 6 brings together chapters 28 to 38, relating to products obtained from the processing of materials of various origins, animal, vegetable, mineral, in particular by various chemical processes. Some chapters in this section also cover a wide range of products and articles obtained from the processing and combination of synthetic materials thus obtained. This section contains various specific features, which are set out in the notes and the headings, which clarify the content and the very scope of certain positions and establish specific rules, in order to resolve in a particular way the classification of the products concerned, in headings of the nomenclature of the chapters in question. Chapter 20, Inorganic chemicals, inorganic compounds, or organic compounds of precious metals, radioactive elements, rare earth metals or isotopes. This chapter includes isolated chemical elements or compounds of defined chemical composition, presented in isolation, whether or not these products contain impurities. These elements and compounds containing impurities, resulting exclusively and directly from the manufacturing process, remain classified in this chapter. Chapter 29, Organic chemicals. This chapter includes organic compounds of chemical composition, whether or not these compounds contain impurities. This chapter also includes products, isomer mixtures and solutions. Chemical compounds containing substances that have been deliberately added, during or after their manufacture, are excluded from this chapter. Chapter 30, Pharmaceuticals. As its title indicates, this chapter covers all pharmaceutical products, in particular, medicinal substances and preparations for combating diseases in human or veterinary medicine, human blood, animal blood prepared for therapeutic use, prophylactic or diagnostic, etc., antibodies, vaccines, diagnostic kits, glands and other organs for therapeutic use, gauze, bands, bandages, plasters, reagents for the determination of blood groups or factors, chemical contraceptive preparations that prevent fertilization. Chapter 31, Fertilizers. This chapter includes a wide variety of products used as fertilizers, to increase or maintain soil fertility, whether natural or artificial, pure or mixed, of animal, plant, mineral or chemical origin. Chapter 32, Tanning or dyeing extracts, tannins and their derivatives, pigments and other coloring matter, paints and varnishes, putties, inks. This chapter includes preparations used in tanning or pre-tanning operations of hides or skins, synthetic organic coloring matters and preparations based on such matters, which are either of vegetable origin, animal origin or synthetic coloring matters. Chapter 33 Essential Oils and Resinoids, prepared perfumery or toilet preparations and cosmetic preparations. This chapter essentially includes essential oils and extracted oleoresins, which are obtained by extraction from vegetable materials, by distillation, evaporation or solvent extraction. Perfumes, eau de toilette, hair preparations, oral hygiene preparations, beauty and makeup products, tanning products, shaving products and other cosmetic preparations. Chapter 34 Soap, organic surface active agents, washing preparations, lubricating preparations, artificial waxes, prepared waxes, cleaning products, candles and similar articles, modeling pastes, dental waxes and plaster-based compositions thereof. This chapter includes products resulting from the industrial treatment of fats and waxes, soap products, lubricating preparations, prepared waxes and artificial waxes, cleaning products, candles, even perfumed candles, and surface active preparations. In addition, it excludes natural products that have not been mixed or prepared. Chapter 35 Albuminoidal substances, products based on modified starches, glues, enzymes. This chapter is subdivided into 7 headings of numbers 35.01 to 35.07. Position 1 Caseins, caseinates, casein glues and other derivatives. Position 2 Albumins, albumates and other albumin derivatives. Position 3 Gelatins and their derivatives, ichthyocol, other glues of animal origin. Heading 4 Peptones and their derivatives, other protein substances and their derivatives. Position 5 Dextrins and other modified starches, glues based on starches. Position 6 Glues and other prepared adhesives, products of all kinds for use as glues. Position 7 Enzymes, prepared enzymes not elsewhere specified or included. Chapter 36 Powders and explosives, pyrotechnic articles, matches, pyrophoric alloys, flammable materials. This chapter includes A. Mixtures of chemicals such as propellant powders and prepared explosives characterized by the fact that some accessories are necessary for the ignition of these products such as primers, fulminant capsules, detonating cords, etc. B. Pyrotechnics, matches, ferrocerium and some fuels. Chapter 37 Photographic or cinematographic products. This chapter includes plates, films, papers, cardboard and textiles intended for photographic or cinematographic reproduction, in monochrome or color. They must be covered with one or more layers of a light-sensitive emulsions or various other radiation-sensitive emulsions with sufficient energy to react photosensitive, i.e. photosensitive surfaces. These films are presented in cassettes or boxes, intended to be inserted into a camera, or in boxes of individually used sheets. Chapter 38 Miscellaneous chemical products includes a multitude of products and materials from the field of the chemical industries or the industries that depend on them. It is essentially mixed products, CVD or chemical vapor deposition products for specific uses. This chapter also includes waste from products and materials that fall under other chapters, such as municipal waste, chemical waste, organic solvent waste, which cannot be recovered or reused, waste from the chemical industries,